All right, as you can see here, I've got a logic board for a garage door opener. You might be wondering why do I have this right here? Well, I actually just purchased this used for 20 bucks. It's really cool because my garage door is working perfectly fine, but when using the little clicker, the remote, it does not work when the lights are on. Now, I know if you're thinking, well, LED bulbs are probably causing interference, and that is true, but you know what? I've actually tried to remove that bulb and it still doesn't work. It's always worked with the same LED bulb pretty far actually for years. Been living in this house for maybe about 15 years now, and it just started to give me issues, you know, so it's not the bulb. But that tells me when the light is on, it's basically causing either something to either overheat or something like that. There could be a blown capacitor, or maybe one of these parts, maybe one of the switches is just acting up when it gives power to a bulb. Once I turn that light off, the clicker works. So again, it tells me there's something inside the componentry here that's gone bad. The light is on. Turn the light off. Now it works. Alright guys, so first things first, safety first. Make sure to unplug your garage door opener. Should be right up here at the ceiling or somewhere nearby. Let's go ahead and unplug that connector and just lay it on top just like that. Now here's the panel that we're going to be working on. It is just 3 screws, again, just top left, top right, and then bottom center. And we do need to disconnect all of these wires here. We've got orange on the left, we've got gray on the right, and then 2 white ones in the center. So this one here on the left is going to be for your wall unit for the button, and then these 2 here on the right side is going to be for your sensor, and then the 2 centers are just basically the common wire for each of those. All right, and all you need for this is basically 2 screwdrivers. You're going to need a Phillips head for the 3 main screws, and then you're going to need a tiny little flathead screwdriver for these 4 wires here. So let's go ahead and start with the wires. So again, this left one here, orange, is actually marked with a red or orange stripe here on the cable, so that's how you know where it goes. So to get these out, all you do is depress each one of these inward, and it will release the tension holding it in. So again, orange and white, this is for your garage door wall remote. So let's go ahead and set that towards the left here, and then these wires here on the right side for the gray is for the sensor. There's going to be 2 groups of wires for each, so these are bunched together. So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I'm just going to go ahead and bend these out of the way, leave my screwdriver right up there, and essentially we're ready to start getting these screws out. All right, now that those 3 screws are out of the way, this should technically pull straight out. Might be a little clip or tab holding it in place, and there we go. All right, from here, it's gonna be hard to get it, but all I'm doing is pulling up on these connectors here, and they pull just straight up and out. All right, and then for the smaller connector, there is gonna be a little bit of a tab that you need to push outward to get that disconnected. There we go. All right, so as you can see, this is identical to the one that I purchased. This one is from 2004. The new one is 2022, so quite a bit newer. Again, it's only about 4 years from now, so it's still basically considered new. So whatever's wrong with this one here, it could be like a capacitor, a resistor, something wrong with one of the switches here, but I really don't want to troubleshoot that. And again, I got the new one for 20 bucks, so really not a big deal. And then got the whole thing out. And I'm just left with the identical part that I purchased. Let's go ahead and get the new one in. All right, so here's the new part here. I'm just gonna do everything in reverse order, basically. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with this light trim here. It just goes on basically in the reverse order. This gray wire needs to come outside of it, by the way, so I can do that. And there it is. All right, so now the connectors, you've got the big one here on the left, smaller one on the right. All right, just checking that both are firmly inserted here. By the way, when you have this off, it's also a good idea just to verify that your motor and all your gears have the proper lubricant. If it's dry, dirty, go and clean that off and reapply your grease there. All right, so that's in. Let's go ahead and reinstall our screws here. All right, now we gotta go ahead and reconnect our wires. So again, I've got everything in place. This one goes here. And then this one's on this side. Just make sure they're firmly inserted. And this wire here on the right, it looks a little bit long, but it's nowhere touching the one adjacent to it, so I think that's fine. All right, verify that everything is inserted properly. Everything's looking good here. All right, so at this point, you're ready to plug in the garage door motor back to the socket. So let's go and do that now. All right. Again, this is a used unit, so I'm just gonna go ahead and reset all the codes. I doubt that whoever sold this to me knows where I live, but just in case, let's go and do that now. So to erase the codes from your Chamberlain Whisper Drive garage door unit, let's go ahead and find the red orange button here. It's called the learn button. Go ahead and hold that for 6 seconds. The indicator light will turn on, and then release the button when the light turns off. So let's go ahead and do that now. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, and the light turned off. So now everything is wiped clean from this unit. All right, and before I attempt to operate this, I did look at the open force and the closed force of the old unit. I'm just gonna match that, and you can always fine tune that later, but essentially right now they're set at 5 kilograms. Let's go ahead and match the old one, which is at right around 4, so a little bit less than this. I'm just going to turn these again to match the old setting. All right, we're looking good. So when I push this button, this should not operate. As you can see, I get no operation there. I do see the receiver light blinking. All right, so now how to get this programmed. You get all your remotes. You can do these one at a time, basically. All you're gonna do is press and release the learn button, and then within 30 seconds, just go ahead and press and hold the remote button. You're gonna see the light flash, and then you essentially just release the button and it's programmed. So let's go and do that now. Press the learn button, press and hold. We got a flash there, gonna let go. This is gonna be the moment of truth. Let's go ahead and push this button. The light is on, by the way. And we've got an operation. I can stop it. Light is still on, and it closes. All right, so again, the light was on before, was not working, swapped it out, light is still on, and it's working. So this unit is good, the other unit was bad, something in there, capacitor, resistor, a switch, something was up with that unit. So this one's refreshed. Again, this is a 2022 model, so I'm gonna get probably a good 20 years out of this. It's probably gonna be 2040 by the time this thing starts giving me issues, which is awesome. I'm gonna be even an older man than now. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stand back further. I'm also gonna try this outside and just make sure I get good reception here. Your antenna should just point downward like this. I typically don't have a bulb on this side, so I'm just gonna close it. And then again, just make sure your antenna is just kind of downward and also pointed towards the front of your garage just to get the best reception. All right, so I'm gonna walk away and try this again. By the way, do you guys hear how quiet my garage door sounds? If you guys didn't see my nylon bearing roller video, go and watch that. I'm gonna put that right here. By the way, now that I'm here, I might as well program my other clicker here. So again, I'm just gonna click this once, wait for that light to turn on, click and hold this button, and we're programmed.